These kids are so cute. Wait, I can do better, I promise. No! Be the eye and kind. All right, show me up. Show me what you got. Boom, good job, you guys. Oh. Well, that slam dunk might have been a fail, but Slam Arizona definitely isn't. Let's go learn more. Hey guys, it's Kayla from Scola, and today we're at Slam Arizona in Tempe, and there's one particular reason I am so excited to see this school, but you're gonna have to stick around for the whole video to find out why. Okay, let's go check it out. So I'm here now with Miss Beam. She's the principal. Thanks so much for having us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. You know, I've had so much fun just walking around your campus, but what I really want to know is, what is SLAM all about?
So SLAM started about 11 years ago in Miami with just the wanting to be able to give kids that might not otherwise have a chance at a wonderful education, that chance. And that's what they've done across the country, is they've come up with these wonderful programs that work for kids who may be behind, who may be accelerated, but we meet them at their level and they're able to just thrive and excel with where they are.
Yeah, well, I think my favorite part about the SLAM Foundation is the founder. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So one of the founders is Pitbull, and he came to Miami many years ago, as you know, as a student, and he just had a wonderful experience with one of his teachers and credited her with him becoming the person that he is. So one of his ways to give back to the community is he partnered with Academica and the president of Academica to come up with a unique educational model, and that model is SLAM, Sports Leadership and Management, or Sports Leadership, Arts and Management. And what we do is we get the kids' attention by weaving sports themes and team themes just into as many lessons as we can. And that really was something that he wanted to bring to the forefront as just somebody who just knows the benefit of a good education.
Yeah, I love that. And I love when celebrities, you know, really use their platform for good. And it's so clear that that's what's happening here at SLAM.
Yes, he's definitely a great role model for us and a great ambassador for us here at SLAM.
So if you'll notice, this school has a ton of really cool sports themed things. And the reason for that is that SLAM actually stands for Sports Leadership, Arts and Management. So the school has so many awesome programs for students, even, you know, as young as kindergarten, to get involved in different sports and even that management side, and just have really cool opportunities to just grow their passions. So what I really want to know is, what is setting SLAM apart from these other schools in this area?
So one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is our 3 R's, and that's relationship, rigor, and relevance. The relationship part is ultimately the number one thing. We refer to ourselves as the SLAMily, and people that come here can feel that right away. All the teachers know all of the students' names and refer to them by name each and every day, which makes the students feel more a part of their educational process. So the second R, the relevance, brings in when we try to tie in sports into many lessons as we can. A lot of our students play sports, watch sports, whether it's something that they have an idea to do before in front of the camera or behind the camera, and just having those ideals brings the relevance in for them. And then our third R is our rigor, and we're allowed to hit that rigor as we go on and catch our students up, especially from the pandemic, and get that effect of the rigorous academic experience for our students.
Absolutely. I love the way that you guys are integrating sports. Like you mentioned, that is such a good way to just capture these students at a young age, because, you know, what kid doesn't love running around a field? And so integrating it into their actual academics, that is just genius.
Yeah, the kids really love it, especially when we do things like vocabulary baseball, or, you know, we watch the World Cup, and then we do percentages with the penalty kicks and things like that.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah.
So this is DJ. He is a 6th grader. So DJ, I hear you're a pretty star student, so I want to hear, what do you love about SLAM?
Well, we have great principals. The teachers teach us good things, teach us about division, multiplication, and all types of things. And I just love the school.
Yeah, so I hear you're also quite the athlete, so what would you say you're most excited for?
A basketball team.
Basketball team? Well, I tried to do a slam dunk earlier. Ready to see this slam dunk? And I was terrible at it, so I bet if you and I went head-to-head with slam dunks, you would definitely win.
Well, I'm not tall enough.
Well, I don't know, I'm pretty terrible.
But I can climb on the net and dunk it.
Okay, there you go. Well, I bet you, when they get a basketball team here, you are going to be the star. Well, it's so nice to meet you today, DJ.
Nice to meet you too.
So I met, a ton of your students. We went into a couple of classrooms, but what does really a day in the life look like for a student in the classroom?
So in the classroom, we try to do most of our heavy academics in the morning. Students seem to be at a higher functioning level in the morning, and then we do a lot of our electives, art and PE in the afternoon. But a typical morning would be coming into a classroom and having a warm-up for whichever activity, math, reading, science, social studies they may be doing. A lot of times we are a Kagan school, which means it's a lot of hands-on, a lot of student participation. It could be getting them out of their seats so that they're not just sitting, because the average attention span for a child these days is a lot less than it used to be. So it's important to be able to shift from one activity to another activity within a given time to keep those students' interests up and to make sure that those students know that they're an active part of that classroom and that they can be called upon at any time. They can be parts of a group. They can learn independently. We do partners. We just try to mix it up each and every day so the students aren't bored.
That is so important you guys are doing it. Like you mentioned, students really need to have a dynamic learning environment to really absorb the information, especially when you're talking about these sports themes and integrating that in. I'm sure that just really goes hand in hand with, what they're learning and how they're learning it.
It really does, and you can see that in our results from last year, from our growth. 92% of our students had amazing growth in both math and reading, and they are starting this year off, just the ones that return to us, just remembering so much. It's really wonderful to see.
I love that.
Yeah.
In case you couldn't tell, I used to be a gymnast, so sports was a really big part of my life growing up. So I think a school like this honestly would have been perfect for me. So I just met Miss Abels. She's the kindergarten teacher here. So I want to hear a little bit about your SLAM experience.
So this is my 3rd year teaching at SLAM. I came from SLAM, Nevada, where I taught kindergarten, and then I got moved over here by Miss Beam to teach kindergarten for the last 2 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Really what, drew you into teaching?
So especially with the littles, I always thought I wanted to go older, but with the littles, it's always good, especially in kindergarten, when they're learning, you kind of see that glow on their face when they're learning, and you see that they get it. And especially in kindergarten, you kind of their frameway for their other years. So I really like that and how I can kind of start their school experience.
That's so sweet. We just met some of your kindergartners, and they clearly just love you.
Yeah, they're the sweetest things.
So sweet.
I know.
It was so nice to meet you.
You too.
So you said earlier you call yourselves a SLAMily. So what does it really mean to be part of the SLAMily here?
So that's a term that was coined by one of our principals down in Miami, and she said, when I walk into a SLAM campus, whether I walk on one in Nevada, whether I walk on one in Florida, Texas, I get a unique feeling that I'm part of a family. So she coined the word SLAMily, and all of us adopted it. And it really is just about the minute you walk on our campus, you don't feel like an outsider. You feel like you belong, and we want you to feel like you belong. It's very important to us. Like I had said before, all the teachers know the students' names, and they refer to them by their names. It's important that the students feel like they're safe here, and that is one of the number one things when we do our surveys that comes back strong, is the feeling of family and the feeling that their students are safe with us here. And that's super important, because if the student doesn't feel that, they're not going to learn. And we're showing that, they are learning with those great strides in their reading and their math. And so we just want the kids and the parents to feel part of our SLAMily. And we extend that into our community. We partner with Phoenix Children's Hospital, the Arizona Coyotes are two of our main sponsors. The Hispanic Chamber of Commerce are also one of our strong partners. And what that allows us to do is bring in, some school supplies for students that might not need them. We're a proud member of the NSLP, so our kiddos that need those breakfasts, those lunch, so that their brains can be fueled, ready to learn, we're able to provide those for our students. Our kiddos that might need a little extra help in certain areas, whether that be in special education, OT, speech, we have those services. So we're able to meet a student right where they are.
Yeah, well, that's really awesome that you have all those resources. And I just have to thank you guys because, coming in today, you've made us feel part of your SLAMily as well.
Oh, thank you so much.
So now I'm in another awesome area here on campus, and that is their little library. And what I love is that the saying, today a reader, tomorrow a leader. And we're definitely seeing that here. We saw some students hanging out earlier, picking out some books, doing some reading. There's also a really fun homework corner for them over there. That's just a really great way for them to engage their brain. And I know if I was a student, it's amazing having so many choices and to just be able to plop down with a good book. So I was doing a little bit of reading, and I hear you guys are a proud accredited member of Cognia. I really want to hear more about that.
So Cognia is the accreditation institute that goes around and checks out all the schools to make sure that what they're doing is what's best for students. Mm-hmm. And we are proud to say that we are one of 4 schools in Arizona and one of 96 worldwide to get the highly distinguished status. And so for us, what that means is all the SLAM schools across the country were awarded the highest accreditation score that Cognia ever awarded to a system of schools. And we are so proud of that, but we're not satisfied with that. We want to make sure that we continue to get better, to be better, to do what we can to make sure our students come out as the best.
Well, that is an amazing accomplishment, but I love that, it doesn't stop there. We're never going to stop to make this the best learning environment for these students.
Yep.
So this is the Cafegimatorium, which is exactly as it sounds. It's cafe, gym, and auditorium. I know that if I went to school here, this would be one of my favorite places to hang out because there's just so much to offer. You've got the basketball hoops, fun turf area, some snacks back there, and I also love that they have their core 5 missions on the wall here. So here at SLAM, that's accountability, perseverance, respect, integrity, and leadership. So having them here in the Cafegimatorium is a perfect way to remind students every single day why they're here. So I'm here with my brand new friend, Yeshua. He's a 2nd grader. So Yeshua, what is your favorite thing about going to school here?
Making new friends.
Making new friends? That's awesome. I know you just started school. Have you already made some new friends here?
Yes.
Well, where are you meeting these new friends? At recess or at lunchroom or in your class?
At recess.
At recess. Very nice. And what would you say is your biggest tip to make new friends?
Be respectful to them.
Be respectful to them. That's an awesome tip. I'm going to take that myself when I go meet new friends. And what would you say is your favorite thing to do at recess?
Play tag.
Well, I know you guys have an awesome field out there. I'm sure you guys and all your new friends can play out there all day long. It is so nice to meet you, bud. So then for any families who are interested in applying here, which I'm sure several will be, where should they go to learn more?
Well, they can do it a couple of ways. They can go to www.slamaz.org. They can call us at 602-422-9079. And they're more than welcome to stop in and talk with Miss Janella or myself up at the front, and we're glad to give them a tour, show them around, or answer any specific questions they may have.
Perfect. You can also learn more on schoola.com. Thank you again so much for having us today.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's all for today here at SLAM Arizona, and I had so much fun being an honorary member of the SLAMily. So signing off from Tempe, Arizona, it's Kayla from Schoola. See you guys at the next school.